Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is Chris with C&M Aquatics, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about water changes. This is not going to be a video that tells you how to do a water change step by step. There's a lot of videos out there that do that, and I can do one of those videos if it's needed, but this video is to explain why, in my opinion, I think water changes are one of the most cost-effective and easiest ways to maintain a saltwater aquarium. There are many methods to water changes. You can do the 10% a week method. You can do, people do 20%, 30% a month. People do half of their volume. You just have, some people don't do water changes at all. Some people siphon the bed, don't siphon the bed. You have to find what works for your aquarium, for your particular situation, and you have to come up with a maintenance schedule that you're going to stick with, because if you come up with something that you don't stick with, it's not going to do any good for the aquarium, and it's going to cause you a lot of frustration. So what I'm going to do is tell you why I think water changes are important and what's going on here. So I am doing a water change on my 75-gallon mixed reef here, and first thing you do, obviously shut off all the power heads, all the electronics, kill the flow, and I always start with cleaning the glass. So that's our first point. What do water changes do? Well, one, when you clean the glass and do your water changes, it helps you to see inside the aquarium. You can have the most beautiful coral or aquarium in the world, and if you have a dirty glass on the aquarium, then you're not going to be able to see in there and see all your beautiful coral. So it may be simple and sound kind of silly, but that is one thing a water change does in maintenance, is it keeps your glass clean so that you can have the most optimal viewing experience on your aquarium. And then I come back here with a toothbrush and I am cleaning off my power heads, and a lot of people don't think about this, but power heads get gunked up and you can see all the detritus coming off of these things as I'm scrubbing them. So it decreases the effectiveness and the flow rate, your gallons per hour, that you're getting out of your power head for your flow for your aquarium. So cleaning the equipment, cleaning the power heads, that'll keep your power heads working optimally, and it will keep them, what am I looking for here? It just helps them work more efficiently, and it keeps the flow rate up. If they're dirty, they don't flow as much water. So cleaning your power heads is important. And I scrub the rocks a little bit, get the algae off the rocks with a toothbrush, things like that. So the next step I typically do, I'll let everything kind of settle, and then I'll siphon the sand bed. Some people don't siphon the sand bed. I think it is important to do it on a regular basis. It helps keep the detritus out of the sand and keeps it looking fresh and clean. So doing these water changes, we're looking at parameters for keeping a reef healthy and happy. The main ones, your salt, obviously. When you replace the water in your aquarium with a good quality salt mix, and I use instant ocean reef crystals, you got to find what you like and what works for you. But it helps keep your, as long as you mix your salt right, you're trying to keep your salt at 1.024 to 1.026 specific gravity. So doing your water changes helps maintain a healthy specific gravity on your salt level for your aquarium. Everything you're shooting for in this hobby is about consistency. You don't want wide swings. Like, I don't particularly care if you stay on, like your alkalinity, for example. If you like running it at 8, as long as it stays consistent, that's fine. Some people run it at 10, 12. But that's the next parameter, doing your water changes. Depending on your coral load, you may be able to keep up your parameters with just doing your water changes, so you don't have to dose things. So your water changes help keep a stable, healthy alkalinity of 8 to 12 DKH, whatever you keep it at. I run mine between 8 and 8.5. I don't want the aquarium swinging, half a degree in either direction in a 24-hour period. That's what I'm shooting for. Alkalinity, then your top 3 big ones, your alkalinity, calcium, magnesium. Your water changes help keep your calcium at a 400 to 450 parts per million range. I shoot for 420 in my aquariums. Your magnesium level will help keep stable at 1300 to 1350. A lot of people, when they get into this hobby, they don't realize that the corals use trace elements like this calcium, magnesium, alkalinity to grow. So they suck it out of the water, and and they use it to grow and stay healthy. So if you keep all these parameters with your water changes within the right ranges, you're going to have better coral growth and better coloration. And then water changes help maintain a healthy pH level. When you suck out the water from your aquarium, you're reducing the phosphates. You want to keep those below 0.03. You want to have some phosphates, but below 0.03. I try to keep mine 0.02 to 0.03. Nitrates, this exporting, doing your water changes will help keep nitrates down. You want your nitrates under 20. I shoot for around 10. And then it also, just doing the water changes, puts new fresh oxygenated water in there. People don't think about oxygenation that much, but it is important, and running a protein skimmer helps with that. And it helps with algae control. Corals don't like algae touching them. Just real quick, there's some simple reasons, to do a water change. If you've been in this hobby for a while, you probably know this information, but a lot of newbies don't. And I wish I would have known why I was doing something, when I was just blatantly doing it because people told me to do it. So once I understood why it's important to do water changes, my tanks started looking better. And you can see the coloration on these guys are very nice, very good, bright, colorful coral. I appreciate you guys watching. This is the end result, a healthy, happy, clean aquarium. Thank you.